Hello, everybody, and welcome to our casting adventure today. I am Benjamin Dum Dum Doggy Saxon, joined by my friend here, Logan Cordata. I don't know your last name, that's my bad. Today, we're going to be watching some NA LCS. The season just started. Today, we're going to be watching the first game for these two teams, TSM and Team Liquid, and it is going to be a crazy game. Don't you think?
I would think so too, especially with Syndra being left open because they decided to target ban the Zillion on Bjergsen. Leaving Syndra open is kind of crazy. So a good pickup for TSM and a response with Aphelios for tactical, which is pretty big. I want to go over the bans really quick because
Yeah, go
Yumi's
for it, man.
banned and so is Varus, which are huge prominent figures, as well as the Graves.
Right. The games that casted yesterday, Varus got banned first on the red side, like every single time. So,
Oh god, the
like Varus is
the
not going to
hover
get
of
through.
Callista. The Callista hover scares me because that means it's most likely going to be a Nautilus bot lane for Biofrost. It's gonna
Huh?
because you're not gonna ever really pair an Enchantress support with a Callista, but I'm interested to see what they're gonna do because they locked it in. That's
Hey, that could
Helbless
be
locking
flexed,
in
right?
Callista.
Could the Callista go
It
top?
could be a top. It could be a top flex.
And
That would be crazy.
the Broken Blade loves to have a diverse championship pool. That's one of his like biggest
Nope,
strong
it's
points.
bot lane.
Oh,
Yeah,
it
it's
is
bot
bot
lane.
lane. All right, well,
It's Tarek
there goes
Callista.
that.
Okay.
Mm.
Interesting. We'll see what they respond to on R3 for TL.
I'm
Most
in.
likely they will take the support pick here, being Bard. Okay.
Yeah. I agree with that. I think
Wouldn't
that's a
be an
smart
off
choice.
pick.
Yeah,
I think.
but
Okay, that works.
I'm
So it
interested
is
to
the Bard.
see. I'm interested to see what Spica plays here. Because we already have the Trundle locked in, right? That's not a flex. We know
Yes,
that's gonna go
I thought
jungle.
he was gonna go Trundle, but
And
it's been taken away.
yeah, and it's weird. Like I don't know. I'm blind picking Trundle's scary to me. That I find that really scary. If you don't have an R target, really, it's kind of like what are you doing? Especially
That is
into
kind
a
of a
Taric
crazy
ult, you
pick.
know. So
They
I
banned the
feel like
Jarvan, which I don't think is good. Jarvan is not good into them. Broxa's Trundle E can cancel the EQ of Jarvan, but also Bard can just ult Cataclysm targets.
hmm
So I don't really see the Jarvan ban being anything prominent.
right. And they probably drafted the bar to sort of counter the preemptive Kindred that might come out because of the Trundle. I know Kindred is pretty good into Trundle, just because of like all the mobility that she has, and she seems to be a very good counter towards these sort of more tankier junglers. So that's probably why we see that Bard pick. Though I'm interested to see. We got 12 seconds on the clock. Got two junglers banned here on the side of TL. TSM, what are they going to ban? Oh, they're trying to ban out Jensen. All
Echo.
right. Hey, Echo's pretty
They
strong
banned
right
Echo.
now.
I wonder what the Echo ban is trying to like prevent. Like I don't see Echo being really crazy into Syndra. I don't really know mid matchups that well, but I
It's
don't
not
think it's crazy.
it's not fun. It's not crazy, but it's not fun either. Basically champs that like go like hard into Syndra aren't like the funnest to play against.
R4 is going to determine a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Oh,
Interesting. They're giving counterpick to Impact. Huh. Malphite is open, and Malphite has been getting crazy bans. Like, pretty sure almost 100%.
right. And it's crazy to see
So
a fall this far down. But I mean, understandably so, because Syndra was left open. That's the craziest thing to me. We got to talk more about this
yeah.
Syndra being left open here.
Oh
Aatrox
my
going to be
god.
picked for.
They picked Aatrox. I don't like it. I don't think Aatrox is a crazy good champion,
I
especially
I think it's
into their
wishy
team.
washy.
Especially into their. Oh.
Oh, I would love to see the fiddlesticks here. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Wait, he picked Kane. Okay, so Kane does not get picked into LCS because of his garbage early game and how he can super hard full clear, but without form, he cannot gank. Like,
Right.
it's pretty impossible. So, what I'm thinking that TSM's going for here is that it's going to be a bot lane camp because that makes the most sense. Because Kane is going to have huge setups with the Taric. We got the counter pick of Mord in the top lane, Mord hard counters Aatrox.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm
But
really interested to see what they're going to do with this Kane because he has good setup. He really does.
right.
But the Aatrox picks is pretty troll because who are you going to get on? You're going to be on Impact and Broxa. And it's like there's other champions that would do so much better into those two. Um, he's been Broken Blade on his streams has been playing in solo queue a ton of Hecarim. And honestly, I was hoping to see the Hecarim. I would have
Do you think it would have
loved
been
to see
better
it.
here into this team?
His ult would have been really crazy onto Jensen.
Yeah, I think so too. Can you ult over the Shurima wall?
Yes, you can. You're
Oh,
unstoppable while ulting.
oh, see,
So
that would have
this is
been great.
actually already a really spicy game. Personally, I think TSM has the better draft. TL has no identity in their draft right now. It looks like
Yeah, it seems like there's some counter picks out there and there's some good ideas, but it doesn't seem to be like a solid image
it
or
doesn't seem like
picture.
anything ties together because you have
Yeah.
the Mord and the Trundle, but you also have the mid lane farming of Azir, and it's like, I mean, you have the Aphelios, which is just a solid pick,
Yeah,
right? But
yeah.
it just doesn't seem like there's any identity to the TL comp. But TSM, they have really strong characters. Like they don't really have the identity, but it's compensated by they have just really strong laners. Callista Taric will dominate the lane. Mid
Syndra
lane,
lanes are
Syndra
so
will
strong.
dominate the lane. The only
Right.
problem is the Aatrox. Like he's the losing matchup. So I'm really interested to see how Spica will handle this. A
Yeah,
lot is going to be on Spica to get his form.
as always with any TSM jungler, all eyes are going to be on them. Are you a walking ward or are you going to be the next Svenskeren for the team, right? So we're going to watch patiently for that. You know, I have my high hopes and you have your high hopes as well. This is a team that we think is going to do very well. With another team, TL, that's also going to do very well. I want to take a moment, though, to just talk about how crazy it is that Syndra is left open. Because not only is
That
Syndra
was
drawing
crazy. The
bans,
target ban of the Zillion
yeah, you
is
you target ban the Zillion, which is understandable. Bjergsen's got a 70% plus win rate on Zillion, but Bjergsen's win rate on Syndra is also super duper strong.
yeah. You
Um,
should never leave Syndra open if they're on blue side.
right.
Like your red side is you're banning really crazy first picks. That is your job on red side, and then you get good picks on R1 and R2. You get really good picks there because you can build stuff around that. But you just have to get rid of the strong picks that people can just take and are super safe blind. And Syndra is one of those. She's super safe blind pick. She hasn't gotten her E nerf, even though it is pretty negligible. She hasn't gotten her E nerf because it's last patch, and she's just a really amazing blind pick.
Right.
And
She
it's
doesn't
like
have a
you
lot
didn't
of
also pick your mid laner until R4, so they were also able to get bans off on counters.
right. And what's crazy is, I mean, hey, we say counters, but really it's a Syndra. Like, Ken Syndra doesn't have a lot of counters, to be
Or like,
fair.
so they banned the LeBlanc, which is it isn't a counter, but it's a matchup where it's very skill based. It's more of a skill base.
Yeah, skill check.
And then they banned the Echo, which I don't really get, but I guess maybe Bjergsen isn't comfortable with the Echo.
Echo's pretty crazy right now. Watching the LEC, you see some pretty crazy plays. Also academies, like I've seen some pretty crazy Echo plays so far. The champ is just he gets really big as far as like health goes. Like he gets really tanky, really fast, and on very little items, and it's really hard to deal with. And if Echo passes the threshold of not being able to be one shot by the Syndra, he will kill the Syndra, just straight up. So it's kind of like do or die, and that tankiness, you just don't want to deal with it. So I can understand the ban there. If you look on your screen, though, this is actually what Logan and I look like. This is us talking right now. The mouths aren't synced up, but this is what we look
I'm
like.
on the right, and you're on the left.
I'm the bald. Yeah, I'm the bald one. You know, it's funny because Tyler made me the bald one yesterday with I
So
think
I want
Azale.
to transition to looking at bot lane here.
Hmm.
because I think this is where win conditions are.
Yeah, I agree.
Like, huge. Like, Callista, Tarek, and Europhilios Bart. I'm really interested to see how this is going to play out because TL has to give up that bot lane. They have to. Like, they have Tactical there, who already is most likely going to be the sort of, we'll put you on just a farming 80 carry, we'll let you scale, and we're going to focus around other teams. And TSM, I hope, took this into account and went, let's steamroll bot lane. And they went Callista Tarek.
Yeah, I think the bottom side of the map is very TSM favored, but I also think the top side of the map is very TL favored, and it's really going to be a
Very,
question of
yes.
like who's going to be able to capitalize on their advantages first, right? We talk about this all the time. It's very easy for us to see it as casters what's happening in the game, but sometimes the players don't really get the memo, right? We were watching games yesterday where these players 2 times in a row, 2 different players went Warrior Olaf and then tried to tank like a bunch of stuff and just instantly died because it's Warrior Olaf and he has no tank survivability whatsoever. So sometimes we don't get to see what we like expect. But I do expect this to be a spicy matchup. I do expect there to be
Yes.
lots of kills. This should be a bloodbath that we're about to
I'm
witness.
very interested to see Spica on his debut game going Kane.
His re-debut.
Right, right. But I'm so excited to see what he's going to do because if he's able to make this Kane work, it will be crazy. He's most likely, yeah, he's the Conqueror, so he's going to go red form. He's going to go Ross. And I think Ross here is pretty crazy.
We have high hopes for Spica. With an organization like TL, with pockets like no, organization like TSM, with pockets like TSM, right? TSM had the option. I know it was this gap between spring and summer, right? But TSM still had the option to go pick up maybe an EU rookie or somebody foreign, right? There was lots of junglers, very high tier junglers like Tarzan that were on the market to be picked up as well. Xmithy's contract could have been bought out because he's currently benched. He's currently on the academy roster, right? Like there were junglers out there, but TSM still decided to go with Spica, which means they're seeing something that we're not seeing, and that makes me super excited.
Yeah, I really hope he's able to demonstrate it. It seems that he's going to do the typical Kane Wolves start so that his laners are able to get prio in lanes. It seems that Brox is also going to do the solo of the start. The only difference is Kane's clear speed is really, really fast. Trundle's clear speed isn't as fast. It is fast because of his W giving him attack speed, but Kane has the AoE. So he's going to be able to power clear, and we'll see what he'll be able to do with this presence. Now, we're going to look at bot lane. I'm really hoping that TSM's able to use the advantage that they have of Tarek Callista, but I'm also interested to see how Tactical and Core JJ counter this aggression.
Right, and it's really going to be up to sort of Core JJ to reel tactical in here to really sort of commandeer him through this lane matchup right now. Again, this Doublet Biofrost lane, like, is one of a legendary lane, right? 2017 TSM, every single lane was an absolute powerhouse, right? You had like Inform Hanser, Inform Bjergsen, and this bot lane. I mean, who can forget that one TSM versus C9 play where BioGod was formed, right? It was like one of Biofrost's first games, and he was able to save Doublelift from Impact's Gnar under turret and get the kill on the Impact. You remember that?
Yes.
It was just insane play, and I'm hoping that we see some crazy plays like that as
I
well.
do want to point out really quick
Yeah,
the
go for it.
pathing from the junglers. So, as you can see, Broxa came bot, Doublelift put a ward up, so he kind of backed off from it. And then Spica backed and is now heading top side. So they are now on opposite sides of the map. So we'll
Right.
see
Yeah.
what they're able to do with this.
So I do have to ask
Um,
though, if Kane's clear speed is faster, right? Why is his early game weaker?
just because he doesn't have form.
Oh, Broxa invading into the TSM jungle. He will get spotted
So he
on that
knows where
ward.
the ward is. It's in river, so he's going through Tribush here. So
But
I'm
TSM were
interested.
able to see him. There was a ward by the mid entrance.
That's why they're playing very far back here. But I don't think a gank would work. they would at least get sums, and that's it. So they do not know that Broxa has backed here. So Broxa still has sort of pressure right now.
Hmm.
And Spica is crazy farming right now.
You try to get your form as fast as possible.
He's going to be 2 camps up on Broxa here. Because he's going to clear his Gromp, go to Wolves. He might be even 3 camps. No, he'll be 2 camps up. And he's going to go to Raze, and we'll see if he transitions to bot lane here. Because, like I said earlier, I think that is the biggest place for him to gank. Now, Broxa recognizing that the top side is where he should probably be playing off of, he's lane ganking. I'm wondering if he's expecting Spica to come top, but now the TSM knows Brox's location, we'll see if Spica transitions to the bot lane to gank.
Right, right. And you saw he was able to clear the Raptors. He's going to get spotted out on this ward here
He's got
right
the ward.
before
He's
it dies.
going for
Oh,
it
he's
still.
going for the
Tactical
gank
having
here.
to flash. I'm assuming. Okay, as you can see, Biofrost flashed too, so Bio probably E flashed, and forcing Tactical to flash is massive in this lane.
Yeah, way more important than if Biofrost blowing his flash,
Yeah,
right?
especially
ADC
at
blowing
6
flash.
where he could just get ulted.
Yeah, right, right. So that is crazy. A good pickup from Spica there. Even though he got caught out on the ward, he was like, I'm still gonna go through the wall here and get a sick gank here. And that's the power of Kane. It's just the doors that get opened for like the possibilities basically that you have of ganking each lane. Is going to back. He does have a couple camp lead on Broxa, but now that he's backing, I think Broxa's going to be able to catch up. Take a look at this mid lane. All the other
Should
lanes
have
are
camp
doing pretty
respawning
even right
soon,
now.
so Tactical got to back off. He got his BF sword. We'll see if Double Lift opts for going Berserker Greaves or he goes for Cutlass.
Biofrost
Or
and Core
JJ
JJ.
stopping. Okay, so he's going for. Okay, he went for the lifesteal and boots, which is interesting because I don't know if he needs the lifesteal. I wonder if he wants it for maybe the damage and more aggression. He could have taken boots to have been super aggressive here and sort of hard pushed his just natural lead that he has being Callista Taric.
Right. It must
But
have been how the money worked out.
yeah, with the wave how it is right now, TL should have a lot of pressure.
I'm actually going to
And
start the Drake.
Cryo, Trundle is really fast at doing it, but we'll see. Looks like TSM suspects something. They don't have wards, but I think they know.
So
Are
the
they going to
question
take
is,
the
do
fight?
do they contest?
Double Lift is still in the bot lane. Mids are roaming over. Spica's in this bush. This is really bad spot for them.
Oh, and Broxa just got so much health back. Sharima
Really
Shuffle
nice.
going forward, misses it, and
That
TSM's
was a
able to
really
get
nice
out of
flash
that.
from Bjergsen.
Oh,
Biofrost
Bio.
caught out. No flash right now.
TL's going to
We'll see
capitalize
if
on that, get a
TSM can
first blood.
definitely turn this. Double Lift has flash and heal. He does so.
Spica smites
Broxa
onto
flashes
Broxa.
early. We'll see what Bjergsen could do here with ult.
Oh,
Almost one-shotting Tactical. He's caught out now without flash. Impact with the
Impact's
G.
able to get the teleport off and finish Bjergsen. Broken
This is
Blade.
really bad for TSM. It looks like Broken Blade should be able to live here. He has flash. Okay, so huge
one of the.
from TL right now. Really bad for TSM. Having Biofrost and Bjergsen die, especially with Jensen being able to push out the mid lane, and Bjergsen most likely going to be a good amount of XP down.
And that was just a really disjointed fight from TSM. No really clear targets here, and it seemed like every player went in on their own at a different moment in time, right?
This play from Jensen here really secured a lot because he got 2 flashes from Bjergsen and Spica. And Biofrost kind of lost in the river here. Walking up when Dragon's taken already, it doesn't really make much sense why he's doing that.
A
Doublelift
lot,
coming to try and help him, but
yeah. A lot
obviously
of
having
credits got to
first
go to
flash.
Tactical for that Biofrost kill because he was able to get the root so that Core JJ could do the tunnel over to
Bjergsen overcommitting here, which
super
really, really
overcommit.
bad. He thought he could just one-shot him, but it was like, if you get the one-shot, what do you get afterwards? So it seems very sloppy from TSM here, how they thought they could do a lot of things that they couldn't.
Yeah, I can imagine the call was Bjergsen was calling for more players to help, but Double Lift and BB were not looking at it.
It looks like both teams have brought the bot lane up top for the Herald fight. This is really good for Double Lift, actually, because he catches a really fat wave that was sort of formed from earlier fight where top was pushing really hard towards the red side turret.
And the
So it bounced
tempo,
back.
TL's got a pretty significant tempo lead here too, because
Yeah.
uh, a-
If you see the total gold here, it's 3 TL players to double lift.
right, right, and that's just because of their ability to stay on the map longer than TSM. We just saw, if you were looking at the mini map in the bot lane, Impact was able to get to the bot lane and pick up a turret and a wave before BB could
Ooh.
show up. And we see Biofrost getting some
Frost.
damage here, 2v3.
Double lift I think they can turn this pretty hard,
Oh,
but
Doublelift gets hit
he's
by the Bard ult
oh, he's
and is
dead.
just going to get absolutely destroyed by Core JJ.
TSM kind of just leaving him to dry. Core or not core. Biofrost kind of seems to just be doing a bunch of random things. That it seems like it's like, why are you trying to contest this right now?
Yeah, you clearly don't have the man advantage. You know it's a 2v3. Spica's not in the immediate area. Nice stun by Bjergsen. Get some damage onto Jensen. I mean, and that's just going to be even mid matchup. We for TSM, we needed the bot lane to get ahead, and that is just not what we're seeing right now.
I don't think Spica has really gotten any form stacks right now. Because I don't know who he would have hit. Because there's not really been any skirmishes except for the one in the bot, and he wasn't able to hit anyone.
And TL able to drop the Rift Herald, take the first turret of the game, and
A lot
just
of gold to
back off of that.
tactical right here.
Yeah, that is a lot of gold. I think as soon as he backs, he's gonna be able to finish his item. If we're not able to pick up the
He
pickaxe,
goes for the healing reduction, the executioner's calling, which is very interesting. Okay, so let's see what I want to see what Biofrost is doing here in the replay.
right,
So he walks up and gets stunned, and then he continues to walk forward
right,
in
and this
clear
is where they
vision.
get separated. Speak is able to
I
help
wonder if it's because
Biofrost.
Spica's coming. I wonder if it's because Spica's coming. He's like, oh, we can take this, but because Double Lift just gets separated, it's like what was going on there?
Yeah, you
I guess
gotta
maybe it was a bit of miscommunication.
Yeah, you gotta get some, and that's one of those things that's hardly ever communicated, right? It's never really in a fight, or at least a skirmish like that turns into a fight. Are you telling your teammates, "Hey, let's path bot," right? It's kind of one of those unspoken things that if you guys are on the same page, you don't have to say it. So hopefully that's something that can be resolved in the future. But clearly, this bot lane is not on the same page right now. Impact skirmishing with Spica here. It's gonna get caught
They're
out
gonna
by
get
the
another free Drake because Spica's top here.
doing what? What is Spica doing? At least for the team. They got some pressure onto this tower, but do they get the tower with Impact here? I mean, Impact is big right now. And he's able to just sort of 1v3 with Core JJ in the back. And that's going
Yeah,
to be the
it's
second Drake for Broxa.
what's also really strange. Tactical is alone against Broken Blade right now.
And doing
So
fine.
yeah, he's doing fine, which is really bad for TSM because he's going to get solo XP. He's going to get solo farm. He's going to be slowly scaling up. And like I said earlier, Tactical, even though he got a lot of help, he is behind in CS, like quite a bit. But he's doing his job. So that's all they need Tactical to do right now. Just do his job, be Aphelios, scale up. Once he gets his
Ooh,
IE
a lot of
Hurricane,
damage onto Jensen. We see the Syndra ult come out. Jensen having to flash over the wall to safety. And that is 4 TSM players in the mid lane. Gonna try to
they
get as
should
many
get this
turrets
mid tower.
as many turret
Or at
plates as
least a lot of
possible.
plates.
And it looks
TL
like they're about to get
responding
one.
and rotating over, but Tactical still in this bot lane.
Yeah,
I
wants to
wonder
catch up
if
to
they're like
Doublelift.
just having him just get solo XP. I wonder if that's what they're calling right now.
Maybe. He's almost 1,000 gold up on Doublelift right now. If you look at the chart here, that's in
Which
fact,
is
there's not a single TSM player that is ahead of their lane opponent. Not even Bjergsen.
This is just a really bad situation for TSM overall, but it
Mhm.
is not impossible. It's only 3,000 gold,
It's gonna be
which
more
is a
now after
lot,
they get this
but
bot lane.
what they can do is just try and weather the storm and get picks with the Syndra Taric.
Yeah,
That's what they should be doing right now, and hopefully, maybe now that both top lane and bot lane turrets have been tier ones have been taken, they can freeze at tier two, and I want to see them do that to slowly build back their lead. We saw this in the Fnatic game earlier today,
right.
where they froze at both tier twos of top and bot lane, and they came back, got CS leads, got XP leads, and won the game because of that. So I want to see TSM do the same thing here.
And the real question is, are they going to be able to do it? Speak of gifting the blue buff over to Bjergsen, who's just going to keep trying to clear minions. What's great about Syndra is that Q kills caster minions like at level 9. So Bjergsen being level 10 here, farming and clearing waves super easy for him. What TSM needs to do here is stop the massive tempo control that TL has. Right? TL was able to get to these turrets before TSM was, and they were able to capitalize on the rotation timings of TSM by because they were there first. They were able to get more resources than them, and that's why you see these uh, CS leads.
What's
Tactical
really
rocks and
interesting
core
is
JJ
that
here. Sorry, go.
TSM right now, instead of trying to like sit back and try and take farm and slow things, they're trying to speed up. As you can see, bot lane, they're just trying to take that tower, but they give up a tier two instead, which is really strange for me for TSM to still be in the mindset of we need to push something. Like in the case where they were ahead, this would be pushing an advantage, but they don't have it.
Right. It's risky, but I can see why TSM wants to fight here. I do still think that the TSM 5v5 comp is a little better than the TL 5v5 comp just because of the Kalista Tara combo, right? Those two ultimates are super powerful in a 5v5 setting situation. So maybe with pushing bot lane, they were trying to force TL into some sort of fight or exchange, but TL just says, no, we're just going to take this tier 2 top. We're totally fine with that.
Which is definitely the right play to do when TSM is this far behind and TL needs to be pushing this advantage. As we get to see almost a 4v5 here, with a
Impact's gonna
TP
be
coming in from
TPing in,
Impact,
able
Impact
to
is
just
going to ult
one-shot
someone.
Spica. Oh, and they're able to
Core
reply on
JJ
the
has
core
fallen
JJ.
now, but it seems like TSM's on the back foot of running. Biofrost has been ulted by Impact, stuck in that corridor. TSM leaving him out to dry.
And
It
that's a
should
dead
be it. They
Biofrost.
should probably disengage. Seems like so. That Herald is up, so that will be the prize of this fight. Maybe a mid tier one as well.
Oh yeah, this we could do both here. Doubleth and Bjergsen working in tandem here to try to stop that. But can they stop the Rift Herald getting captured? I do not think so. But let's break down this fight here. I'm sure we're going to see a replay here in just a moment. But again, it was TSM trying to engage onto. It was Bjergsen getting a nice stun onto Core JJ and
No, we're
not
not
able
going to
to
get a
really
replay because
capitalize.
something new is coming where they're contesting a dragon. Let's
At
see,
least
where
before
is
Broxah
Broxa
gets
right
there.
now?
Coming down with
Broxa is
Jensen.
up with Jensen, so they should be able to get the dragon, but what comes next is the fight. Will they be able to live? It seems like TL's kind of scared here.
Yeah, it is a
Actually on the
5v4.
back foot because it is a 5v4,
Impact does
but
not have the
the
TP because
level
he used it last
advantages are
fight.
pretty insane right now. Like you have tier 2 ult on tactical with a tier 1 ult on double lift. Okay, so now we get the replay here.
Right.
Bjergsen on the side here with the Biofrost and Spica. He hits a stun on Core JJ, but gets exhausted, so he's unable to ult. Tactical with a nice ult root combo with a TP coming in from Impact here. Spica just being alone because they got scared of the TP. The Taric ult not really saving them from much. Core JJ getting bursted by Bjergsen, and TSM or Biofrost getting ulted by Impact secures the kill there. So it was a very, very disjointed fight, it would seem.
Yeah, it definitely seems that way. Different objectives happening. Spica diving in, trying to make something happen, but the rest of TSM pulling back because of the impact teleport. Really, just a lack of, I guess, cohesion for the team here. As you look at the kills and the gold, it's 1 to 5, Turt's 1 to 4, and the gold. TSM suffering a 6,000 gold lead. Oh,
Jensen
speak.
might be cut out here. He does have flash, and Spica doesn't have anything, so you could just EQ and get
Whisked
out.
himself away.
The biggest problem right now is Spica doesn't have form. He's not a champion right now.
Nope. And there's significant level differences between these champs here. The only level advantage that TSM has is that Biofrost is 9 and Core JJ is 8. But like, come on, those that doesn't really matter.
Think though, when Spica does get his form, if he gets his form, it will be a big power shift. He will be stronger than Broxa.
It's
Broxa went tank style and he is Ross, so he will be able to do good amounts of damage.
so it's a
But the
real
problem is if he reaches it.
if he reaches it and if it's too late. Like this is a pretty significant gold lead, and TL is not letting
Oh,
up. Oh,
TSM
TP from
looking for
Broken
a
Blade.
play here with the TP on the Aatrox. Aatrox in the back line, but Impact does have ult. He can single out someone. We have a response TP from Jensen in the top. Broken Blade might be caught out now that TSM is just running, but it seems that everyone's just calling it off.
Calling it
Broken
off.
Blade gets out through Dragon. TSM just running back.
A nice attempt, but not able to make it happen. Doublelift being caught out under
Doublelift getting
turret.
pulled in.
Going to just get completely destroyed here.
That is not what you want. They're going to be able to get a lot of pressure on Baron from this. They're going to probably back reset, get wards, get pinks, run to Baron, and just get a lot of control, which is really bad for TSM right now because they have no way of reestablishing that control.
And you see
Spica doing a
Spica,
good
yeah,
job of
trying to do it
recognizing it
first.
and trying to get something down, but it it seems a little too late, and it's an 8K gold lead right now, so
At 20
it's
minutes.
feeling pretty doomed for TSM.
Oh man, 8K at 20 minutes. This is looking like one of my solo queue games here as TL is just bodying by Jensen TSM here. Looking like a really good unit. The only player on TL to have suffered a death is Core JJ. Everyone else sporting nice bounties and nice kill feeds. If you have
Spica's
TL in
caught
your
out here.
fantasy team, you're doing great.
Oh,
Spica having to flash out immediately. He just got it back up, but he will
Spica able
live.
to live using his flash, but once again, TL is just gonna have Baron pressure. They may even be able to do it here.
Yeah.
Looks like they will start it. Spica's way too low to try and do anything. We'll see how TSM responds. I think all they can do is just push out waves. It looks like they are going to walk up to contest, but it's definitely
It's
too
gonna be
late.
too late. It's an Azir with an Aphelios. It's already dead.
Spica dies.
Spica dies. Doublelift's gonna get caught out here.
Biofrost ulted in there.
Doublelift flashing over the wall to stay alive. Will he be able to?
Going,
Tactical flashes forward to get the kill on the Doublelift, and now they're gonna be chasing down Biofrost. That is 4 players trying to kill the man with the magic hammer. Let's see if they're gonna be doing it. Pillar goes up and damage goes through. Jensen has slain Biofrost for what is the 3rd time this game, but honestly, it feels like a lot more in my opinion.
Tactical doing a really good job on this Aphelios. He was able to just sort of weather the storm of Callista Biofrost, getting a little bit of help from Broxa and his team. He's now ahead in CS, 4-0-5, really good scoreline, and he's been feeling very impactful this game with his graviton cannons and his ultis. He's felt like a really good player. Where on the flip side, it doesn't feel like TSM has been able to do anything with any of their players.
Yeah, the only saving grace that TSM has is that they were able to rush down that Cloud Drake earlier. So now TL is on Soul Point instead of being on Soul Point last Dragon and actually having the Dragon Soul now. Other than that, there's not much happening for this team. Uh,
It's now a 10K gold lead, which
oh,
is going to be even more amplified through the Baron buff, which has about a minute and a half on it.
and look at why that's impactful, right? Jensen has 2 completed items to Bjergsen's 1. Double Lift has 2, to Tactical's 3. BB has 1, to Impact's 1, but also he's got a Bramble. He's got like several components going on here. And TSM's not going to be able to do anything to the Siege. They're going
Just
to be
have
able
to
to get
roll
the
over
spot.
right
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
Roll
I
over and
mean,
die.
Spica's got his form now.
All
But
right.
like we
Let's see
said
the power.
earlier, it might just be too late.
Yep.
And that's the problem with Kane. He's very good in solo queue because there's always skirmishes and fights and ways to get your form, but in the pro play, he was not able to get any really stacks.
And it looks like TL's going to try to go for the final push here. Spica's going to take a bunch of damage from the Aphelios cannon. So is Double Lift.
Double Lift
Trying
and
to make
Spica
something
both
happen. Biofrost goes invulnerable. So, and he's just
Frost
going
is
to
dead.
get absolutely bursted by Tactical. Broken Blade's going to get taken down by Tactical. Tactical having an amazing game right now against
Tactical really
TSM.
showing him that it was the right play to get rid of Double Lift here and put him in because he's really feels so impactful right now.
And they're just going to
The
slaughter
first kill
TSM.
of the or second kill of the game.
For TSM taken down.
All
Oh,
right,
man.
so TL winning the game here very convincingly.
And if you're a TSM fan, you're scratching your head and you're thinking, man, where did we go wrong?
You're having deja vu right
You have
now.
a deja vu. You have Parthak as your coach. The only thing missing is your Sven Skaren and Hanser, top side of the map, and you're wondering what's the problem here. And I'll tell you what the problem is: a lack of cohesion here on the side of TSM. No clear objective, disjointed in the fights. It seems like the players were saying one thing and they were just not on the same page.
And
Hopefully,
on the flip side, with TL having a very convincing game, showing
polished.
them that they are not a ninth place team and that they are in fact still at the top of the league.
Right, right. This hurts my predictions that we had going on, Logan. I think we all predicted TSM to win this game, but
We all thought TSM would have, at least not this much of a stomp. But TL absolutely destroying TSM. Tactical having a very, very convincing game.
I mean the only reason I'm a little happy is because I have Tactical in my fantasy team, but that's it.
It was very sad to see TSM just kind of lose like this. It's very much reminiscent of last split where they couldn't really do anything. They had mid game struggles. They didn't have decisiveness and communication issues, and it
I mean,
seems that none of those have been fixed.
they didn't even have like I mean, it's fair to say they had mid game struggles, but last split they had an early game. They had a really good early game. They didn't even have an early game this time. It was just complete like stomp all the way through. Really slow, methodical play. I mean, I say slow, but it was like a 25-minute game. It felt like an hour though because it was just a compilation of me watching TSM die for 25 minutes here. Not enjoyable at all. Being a TSM fan, and it was just hard to watch. Seeing the replacement of Dardoch with Spica here, I mean, to sort of gripe on Spica, but also honor Dardoch a little bit. They had mid game struggles, but that early game was clean, and we just did not see a good early game out of TSM this time.
Not at all. It all started at that dragon fight where it was just not very much communication. No one really was on the same page. People just got caught out. It was just very disjointed, and that's kind of where it all started going downhill.
Yeah, yeah. Unfortunate, but hey, it's only the first game. They've got a lot more to play, and I still have faith in my boys here. We can turn it around.
Hopefully
And
tomorrow they will be able to demonstrate a very different type of game.
right indeed. All right, well that's going to conclude the cast for this game. If you enjoyed watching it, that's amazing. If you did not, also thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. All right, see you guys later.